Hey guys, so today we're going to be ranking the Hatchet franchise. Um, 1 second, let me just get some water. Alright, so, okay. Again, this is just my opinion. If you disagree with me, if you agree with me, that's great. If you disagree with me, that's okay too. It's great when we disagree, because how boring would it be if everyone just went around with the same opinion all the time? It would be so boring. It's fun when we get to argue, because of our difference in opinions on these movies. Alright, so, yeah, these movies are not meant to be taken too seriously, which is why I don't think any of them are bad, but, the fourth one is a lot worse than the other three, but I don't think any of them are bad, so let's get right into it. So, coming in at number 4, coming in at number 4 is going to be Victor Crowley, the newest movie in the series. This movie is good, but in the other three, some of the comedy was bad, but in this movie, it's to a new level. It's not meant to be taken too seriously, but it's too much. I mean, the other movies, they had good comedy, but this movie, it's like all the way up here, and it's cringe-worthy almost, but yeah, and Felissa Rose is in this one. I think her name is. She was in the original Sleepaway Camp. One thing about these movies, they have a lot of horror stars come in. It pays a lot of homage to the 80s with the cast. A lot of the characters are just unlikable. The only two characters that are just a little bit likable are the Asian guy that was in the last 4, even though he's playing the same character from part 3. He's just in the other 2, but he's playing different characters in those. If you watch the movie, you know what I'm talking about. I don't make it make sense, but yeah, he's pretty likable because of his storyline. You know, I like the storyline, how he survived an encounter with Victor Crowley, from the last movie, and then this is the 10-year anniversary, and they're gonna have him go back to the swamp, and they're just gonna film him. And Felissa Rose's character is pretty likable, but she's annoying, but it's comical how she's annoying, and it's not to the max. Her death is pretty cool. A lot of the deaths are pretty gruesome, and if you're just here for the carnage candy, this has a lot of that. That's what I have to say for Victor Crowley. Coming up next is going to be the original Hatchet from 2006. Now, this movie is it's very great. It's good, but I just like part 3 and 2 way more. But yeah, this movie's good. It introduces Victor Crowley. This is the one. It doesn't have Danielle Harris in it, which is the girl who played the little girl from Halloween 4 and 5, and the girl in the 2 Rob Zombie remakes. She's not in it, and the girl, the final girl in this movie, I don't think she was as good as Danielle Harris in her acting. Robert Englund's in it. Like I said, the Hatchet series has it pays a lot of homage to the 80s. This series, it's clearly just trying to, be those classic 80s slasher movies like Friday the 13th and The Burning and Sleepaway Camp and movies like that. It's clearly trying to bring back the slashers and paying homage to them. But it also has like a lot of horror actors like Robert Englund in the beginning, and Kane Hodder at playing who played Jason in Friday the 13th Part 7, Jason Takes Manhattan, Jason Goes to Hell and Jason Goes to Space. He played Jason in those movies. He's also the one playing Victor Crowley in this whole series. Yeah, and he also played Victor Crowley's dad. The story with Victor Crowley is good. Yeah. I think Victor Crowley, he looks cool. He looks menacing, except, I wouldn't really say this is a negative, but when he gets shot in this movie, he goes down with one bullet. And in the later movies, he gets shot with millions of machine guns and he doesn't go down. And the later movies, they all take place on the same weekend. Yeah. Yeah, also, the comedy's pretty decent in this movie. The kills, once again, are great. You got Tony Todd, who played Candyman, and Ben in the Night of the Living Dead remake. Yeah. Yeah. The kills are great in this movie. I like the kill where he opens the old girl's mouth. He just tears it right open. Yeah, that's a really good, great kill. Yeah. That's what I have to say for the original Hatchet. Coming up next is going to be Hatchet 3. Now, this movie I really love. You got Sid Haig, who played Captain Spaulding, and he really, when you think about it, him in this role, he could have been playing the same character, really. He could have been playing the same character because they both act exactly the same. And, yeah, Daniel Harris was great in this movie. You also got the girl from Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. Yeah, the horror actors are back in this movie. The kills are great. The kills are more exaggerated than they were in the first one in this movie. Like, in the second one, they were even more exaggerated. In this, he kills an entire SWAT team. And you also got the guy from the leader, the bald guy. He's Derek Mears, who played Jason in the Friday the 13th remake. The guy who played Jason from the Friday the 13th remake and the guy who played Jason in the original Friday the 13th movies, Kane Hodder. Yeah, they're both in here. I like the storyline, how they decided to kill Victor Crowley by pouring his ashes on him, his father's ashes on him. And it actually kills Victor Crowley. Like, they didn't make another movie for about 10 years until, we got the new one. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I have to say about Hatchet 3. Coming up next is going to be the best movie in the franchise, Hatchet 2. Alright, this movie is the best to me because, well, I like this movie much better than the original because, I don't know, it's more fun, I guess. I don't know. I guess the story's better. Well, I don't know. It's just more entertaining to me, and yeah, the story is better. It's more fun and everything, and the kills are better. Yeah, Victor Crowley literally takes a guy and pulls his skeleton right out from his skin. Yeah, you got Lloyd Kaufman in this. You also got, Daniel Harris, like I said before, I thought she was better in the acting than the first girl was. The kills are amazing in this movie. If you're just here for the carnage candy, the kills are great. The comedy's pretty good. It's not cringeworthy like it is in part 4. Yeah, the storyline where they added it that Victor Crowley's dad and his mother who had cancer put a curse on him. That storyline was okay, even though it's not really needed. But it's not like a complete sin to put that in the franchise, and it doesn't destroy the franchise. It's an okay storyline, even though it's not really needed. Also, the storyline with Tony Todd's character, Reverend Zombie, being wanting to kill Daniel Harris's father because her father's friend, because they were both there. Her and her father, which her father was played by Robert Englund in the first movie, who is already dead, were there. The one who killed Victor Crowley the night, when Victor Crowley died. Yeah. I can explain it better. Okay, so the story of Victor Crowley is how he was a retarded kid, deformed, and his father kept him hidden, and he was bullied. And then Halloween night, the kids, they set his house on fire. And then when the father went to axe the door down to get Victor Crowley out, the father put the hatchet through the door, and Victor Crowley was on the other side. And it got him in the head. And Victor Crowley died. And then he came back to kill everyone. And the Reverend Tony Todd's character, his theory is that if Victor Crowley kills the people who were there the night he died, then Victor Crowley will rest in peace and not kill anyone anymore. But he gets killed. You know how these movies work. He's the one who gets his whole skeleton peeled out from his skin. He has a great death in this movie. And you also got the guy who directed the original Fright Night and the original Child's Play in this. Yeah. Okay. That's my ranking on the Hatchet series. Let me know your ranking in the comments below. And remember, we don't always have to agree. We don't always have to agree. That's what makes movies fun. Now, yeah. Alright, bye.